It may take somebody 12 to 16 weeks, and then it may take some others a year. But ultimately, I believe everybody, as long as their health condition allows them, they can run a marathon.
Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living."
Welcome back to my channel, everybody. So as you all know, I am training for my first marathon ever. I have been training for approximately 12 weeks now. I was training for another one last year. However, due to COVID, it was canceled. I was ready, I was prepared, and then it got canceled and I slacked over the holidays. However, once the new year began, I realized, Austin, time to get your butt in shape and time to do this thing. So, do I believe that everybody can run a full marathon? Yes. Now, do I believe everybody can run it under 4 hours? No. That's going to take a lot. The average marathon time for a man is 4 hours and 30 minutes. And then for a woman, I believe it's 5 hours and 30 minutes. So, can anybody run a marathon? Yes, but can they do it in that time? Maybe not, and that's okay. Because I believe just completing the course or completing a marathon in general is just a huge, huge accomplishment. I think a half marathon, even a 5K, is a huge accomplishment. It takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time. And that's something I'm learning as I'm preparing for my first marathon, is that I put in a lot of hours. For example, look here. You can see that I ran about 30 miles this week. So that was about 4 hours of my time. So I do that every single week. That's about 16, 17 hours throughout a month. So that's about half of a work week. That's almost like having a part-time job, which is just crazy and mind-blowing to me. So personally, I am doing this and going to the gym as well. So my circumstance is a little different than anybody else's. I don't have kids yet. And it's just my wife and myself. We both have our goals and our ambitions, and we're both working towards them. However, right now, I have a little bit time to go to the gym and continue running. Anyway, enough about me, and let's get back to you. So, can you do it? Yes, of course you can. You just need to find a plan, and you need to just take that first initial step. And are you going to have down weeks? Yes. Are you going to have days where you don't want to do it? Yes. But guess what? You need to be stronger than your emotions, and you can do it. I have faith in you. You just need to have a little bit of faith in yourself. So when people think of marathon runners, they think of these skinny little twig things. However, I have seen people who are overweight, even considered obese, run marathons. Why? Because they put their mind to it, and they just take that first initial step, like I just said, and they go in and they put the work in and day out. Now, does running for a marathon help you lose weight? Of course. Like I just said, I'm personally running about 30 miles a week, and it sucks. My longer runs that are closer to 20 miles, that's almost 2,000 calories. That's a lot. So when you're preparing for your marathon, you need to go ahead and look at your diet, get a good amount of sleep. Some people may tell you not to stretch. I personally stretch. The science, I feel like it's always changing. But you do want to have a good recovery program. So for example, I take ice baths. I use a muscle gun or a muscle percussion gun. Anyway, just a little gun that kind of massages my legs. I personally got a massage for the first time. That was wonderful. You just gotta prepare yourself and don't try and attack it all at once. So like I said, for me, I have about a 12-week program. For you, it may take a year, and that is perfectly okay. Do not push yourself too hard, otherwise that's going to lead to injury. Another thing that I highly suggest you look at is the type of course that you're going to be running. Is there going to be elevation? Is it a flat course? Are you going to be running on a trail? Or are you going to be running on a road? What are things looking like for you? And then I also highly suggest getting the right kind of gear. So if you subscribe, and I hope you do, well, I'm going to be making more videos talking about the gear that I'm using, my recovery. I'm going to be going more into detail about all of that. as well as my diet and my sleep. I'm going to be covering my entire workout schedule, all of that good stuff. It's going to be all documented, and then I highly suggest you look at that, kind of tweak it a little bit, and I just encourage you to go out and even run a 5K, a half marathon. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing to me because I think like 3 years ago I told myself I'm going to run a marathon. Boy, was I in for a treat. That I did not realize the amount of training that it took for a marathon. I see people now all the time that are training for things like Ironmans or triathlons, and honestly that encourages me because I want to go out and try some of that stuff. Those races are a little bit more expensive. I will get there eventually, maybe someday, who knows. But a marathon is actually pretty cheap. So it's about $100 to register. All you gotta really do is buy yourself a good pair of running shoes, maybe some good socks, and there you go. Compared to just signing up for an Ironman is about $1,000, which is just blows my mind. However, there's a lot of things involved. You need a lot of people to help out, a lot of volunteers. But anyway, I hope this video encourages you to take that first step and just run a race. Any race, doesn't matter what it is.